Hi guys, Darth Deuce here, back with another Star Wars The Vintage Collection action figure review, and I'm really happy to finally taking a look at the new 3 3/4 inch Return of the Jedi Boba Fett. It's been a long time since I've gotten a brand new Boba Fett in the 3 3/4 inch line. This guy is, as I believe, fully new molding, fully new tooling. They haven't reused anything new. And I've heard a lot of good things about this figure. I've heard a lot of people say they like it better than the Black Series figure. We'll do the comparison in this video. But yeah, I'm just really excited to crack this guy open and take a look at him and add him to the collection to have kind of that definitive 3 3/4 inch Boba Fett. But here he is on the card. I got this guy from Amazon, and surprisingly, for once, they actually did a good job packing a vintage collection figure. I have to wonder if maybe they're changing up their ways and maybe going to start improving how they ship their vintage collection figures. I don't know if that's the case. I might have just got lucky, but they actually packed it in a box with the airbag packing bubble things in it. And it came in pretty good shape. I am still going to open it, so it doesn't matter that much. I actually do have another one pre-ordered with Big Bag Toy Store that I'm going to get. And I'm going to leave that one carded because this is a figure I definitely want to have carded. But yeah, there is the card back. You've got Return of the Jedi, Boba Fett, the yellow background. You got the Boba Fett figure. Pretty cool image of Boba from the movie on Tatooine. And then on the back, you've got your legalese stuff. And you've got the other figures that have been released. I will be getting the child at some point. It's in my pile of loot at Big Bad Toy Store. I'm waiting to ship that stuff. And I have already reviewed Grief Karga. If you want to see that video, go check out my channel. But yeah, that's pretty much all there is to say about the packaging. I'm going to crack them open. We'll take a closer look. Alright, now I've got Boba out of the packaging, and the figure doesn't disappoint. It's a really good figure, and I would dare say that it might be one of Hasbro's best 3 3/4 inch Star Wars figures they've ever done. And I guess to a degree, it makes sense when you're making a new mold, and we're at the, I guess, in this 2021, it's been years of engineering 3 3/4 inch figures. You would expect it to be very good. And it is. It's really well done. So taking a closer look at him, I just love the sculpted detail, the paint and the design and everything. Helmet especially, I think they nailed the helmet. That's one thing with the Black Series that was kind of off. And you'll see that figure, they had the separate head sculpt and then the helmet glued over top. And the packaging squeezed in the cheeks, so it really warped the helmet shape. And you can fix it to a degree, but I still haven't been able to get mine to look completely correct. This is what it should look like, and this one looks excellent. Funny thing is they actually did kind of sculpt the bottom of a head underneath. You can't really see, they kind of sculpted the bottom of a head underneath, but as far as I can tell, it's not a separate removable helmet or a helmet glued on. It is a solid mold, which means it's not going to warp, which is awesome. One thing he actually doesn't have is he actually doesn't have the moving rangefinder. The rangefinder itself is sculpted and painted nicely, but I expected that to be movable, and for whatever reason I thought it was. I must have missed that detail in other reviews I watched and whatnot. It's not movable, which is interesting because a lot of the Clone Trooper and Mandalorian figures now have the movable rangefinder, but not a big deal. You got the shoulder pads there that are actually pliable plastic on the torso piece. So they get out of the way really easily. And you've got the really nicely done Mandalorian mythosaur symbol on his shoulder there. It looks really good. The figure itself is designed very similar to the Black Series one, if I'm being honest. But yeah, you have the gauntlets. They look pretty good, and the gloves. The gauntlet over here has the cables. These seem fairly sturdy. I don't think they're going to break anytime soon. You also have the Wookiee braids, which look really nice. I like how the plastic kind of just hangs. It looks really good. On this side, it's got like the wrist rocket or whatever, which also looks great. Some nice little paint apps. I like the little silver dings and damages on the helmet and the armor. I think it looks really good. Again, kind of like with the 6-inch one, this one would have done with a black wash, would have went a long way with this figure, but not a huge deal. Got the belt there, it looks good. It is a floating piece like on the Black Series one as well, so it can get out of the way. And you've got the pants with the knee guards looking good, and the tools and the shoes. And the jetpack looking really good. I like the different colors going on, the bronzish color kind of on the rocket. And you got the jets here. No posability with those. You can remove the backpack if you want. It's just in a D-shaped peg, but it goes in very securely. And you get a nice soft goods cape that's not too oversized, which is also really nice. Got a couple holes in it. Looks really good. So in terms of sculpt, paint, detail, all that stuff, this is a really, really nice looking figure. I absolutely love how this thing looks. It definitely captures Fett's look from the movie. And in terms of look, it is the definitive Boba Fett in this scale, I would say. In terms of articulation, again, and he is very well articulated. You have the dumbbell joint in the neck. You can go up about that far, which is decent, down a decent amount. Pivots quite well, which is also good. Ball hinges at the shoulders, which move further than 90 up. They rotate. You get single hinges in the elbows to move past 90, which work very well. They don't strain the cables either, which is good. You also have swivels at the wrists as well as a hinge up and down for blaster poses, which is really great. A ball joint at the torso, which moves decently, nothing too crazy, but you can go back, not very much, honestly. Crunch forward just a little bit. There's a little bit of pivot. It does like to kind of spring back though, so yeah, there's that. It does rotate. Just kind of click a little bit. That's kind of weird, but you know, whatever. Do have the sort of vintage collection style ball hinge hips, which again, I'll say in pretty much every video, I wish they would rework these to be a little more pleasant to pose, but they do the splits quite far. To get them to kick forward, you do have to utilize the thigh swivel, so you have to rotate the joint, push it, then rotate the thigh to get it to go forward. I don't really like that system. I like how the 6-inch figures do it better, but it's not bad. Single hinges in the knees move a bit past 90, which is good. You have hinges at the ankles, which I'm going to say this one's a little tight. They do move forward a decent amount. They also move down quite a bit. And you also get ankle pivot. So very well articulated. You can get a lot of great poses out of this figure. No problems there. It's comparable to the 6-inch one. Like, it's pretty much the same articulation as the 6-inch one, which is also pretty crazy. In terms of accessories, if you want to stand, this one it can be a little bit of a pain in the ass stand. There we go. In terms of accessories, the jetpack is definitely one. You also get his blaster rifle. If I can, which is the Return of the Jedi style blaster. It's cast in like a gray plastic that has like this brown, almost rust-like wash over it. It looks good, you know, nothing too crazy. You can't hold it, so you can just thread it through his hand. He's got a trigger finger on the right hand. You just get that in there and thread the trigger finger. And then there you go. You've got the Boba Fett with his blaster. Looking very cool, and you can do all sorts of things with that. You can get, if I can get this thing moving, twist the hand around, you can get the two-handed poses pretty easily for the most part. The stock is a little big. I don't know how easy it's going to be to get him like in full aiming poses because of the Wookiee braids and stuff going on there, but yeah, you can do some cool stuff with it for sure. Get him in the neutral position. That looks really cool. Yeah, it looks great. So in terms of doing comparisons, we'll compare them to a couple other Boba Fett figures. Get this guy standing. Move up the camera a bit here. I'm going to bring in the other recent new Black Series, recent Boba Fett rather, the Black Series 6-inch. And they're both, first and foremost, they're both really great figures. It's awesome that both 6-inch collectors and 3 3/4-inch collectors have a definitive Boba Fett. So if you only collect 3 3/4-inch, you're covered. If you only collect 6-inch, you're covered. But if you collect both, I would honestly pick up both. They're both really amazing. But you can see kind of differences. The proportions on the 3 1/4-inch ones, as well as just the sculpt, the shape of the sculpt and whatnot, I think is just better on the 3 3/4-inch one. The paint is comparable, honestly. Obviously, the 6-inch one has more accessories. I do like that about the 6-inch one. It has a few more tighter paint details. The articulation's also pretty comparable. I will say it's a little easier getting the 6-inch one in a more aiming down the sights shooting pose, but that's about it. But yeah, they're both really amazing. I can't really decide one of the. Oh, for me personally, I can't say one of the other is better than the other completely. Like they both do things better, differently, right? So they're both great, right? And then with this is with the old 3 1/4 inch Boba Fett, which is, well, it's Empire Strikes Back version, but it's also the basically Hasbro's go-to mold for Boba Fett for over a decade at this point. I believe the figure on the left, they restarted using this mold in 2007, I think, came in the Evolutions Fett Legacy 3-pack, and then they repacked it multiple times in the Legacy Collection single pack. They've released it multiple times in the Vintage Collection. This is the Vintage Collection release that I have. I'll always like this figure. It's got sentimental value to me. And for the longest time, this was my definitive Boba Fett. And it's still a decent figure, but compared to the new one, there's just no contest. You can just see. And then there, that one, the old one, the jetpack also didn't stay on at all. You can just see the differences here. This one's okay. And I wouldn't even mind if they reuse this mold from time to time for other, like, just random Mandalorians or something, but this is the way to go now, I think. It's just, yeah, no real contest. I'm still going to keep this figure. I still like it. I'm going to just put this with my Boba Fett shelf now and then move this guy to my main 3 3/4 inch shelf. But, yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. Overall, the new 3 3/4 inch Boba Fett is a absolute winner. As far as I can see, it's starting to go in stock in different places and whatnot. I don't think it's going to be that hard to get, at least not right away. So if you want to get it, I would definitely jump on it when you can find it. It's a great Boba Fett. For 3 3/4 inch collectors, at any rate, this will probably be the only Boba Fett you'll ever need. It is definitely the best, hands down. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Check out my Instagram, a link in the description below, where I post toy-related photos and post pretty much every day. Again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.